Where's my... Hi, everybody. It's Linda from So What's New in Yarn 2 in New York. And just so you know, there's another one in Las Cruces, New Mexico. And
not related.
Not related. They used to get our bills. When we first opened, they got our bills. We loved it. Okay, so yes, surprise, hi. And the reason I'm here is because behind me, oops, there she is, my crazy friend Heidi is visiting from Boston. And she brought some treats and she did some stuff for me. And are you ready for this? This is the first thing she did. Now you may remember I had this fabric up, it's called Modern Love, and I had it up and I quickly put it with this black strips to show you that you could make a very quick, lovely throw. Well, Heidi comes and we start talking about this fabric and ta-da! I now have a throw that is really pizzazz. And we decided to do the checkerboard in the middle instead of a stripe, a black and white stripe. We were talking about how wonderful stripes are. Where's your things? Because Heidi had a project she started to do, and look what she put in these stripes on this project. What was it called?
Called Queen's Cross.
Queen's Cross. And the other one? Yes, see? And we thought that stripe made such a difference in how these two looked. They just really pop out with that stripe. So that's how we got onto putting a stripe in this. Now, do I understand? Now, wait, bring those back, Heidi.
Sorry.
Okay. Now, crazy Heidi, of course, I said, so was this paper pieced? Because you see you got your fantastic points. And the answer is?
No.
Why not? You hand pieced.
They are all hand pieced.
The entire block is hand pieced?
The entire block is hand pieced. Every last stitch.
Wow. Okay, Heidi, but you don't hand quilt.
Mainly because of time. But I think this one will probably be hand quilted because I think that an all-over design will not do justice to the amount of work that went into this.
But when you have a quilt that you're having quilted, not all computer quilts are what is the word? All over designs. Because look here.
Oh yes, that's true. But
this one's got a different design in the middle of this than it does on this section. It's hard to see. Don't have enough light. But yes, it is more expensive.
More expensive to do that.
And tell me your time isn't worth something? Just thought we'd throw that out there. But that's not all that Heidi brought. Let's, before we start talking about expensive, Heidi participated in our block swap. And guess what? We're going to do a block swap again in April. We'll start the sign up. And this is Heidi's result. She took the blocks that all came back and she put them because, go ahead, Heidi. There you are. She chose I
put them on point. I did two things. I put what I call a coping strip around the edges because the blocks were not exactly uniform in size. By putting a narrow border around them, visually I can even them out in size and you won't notice that one is 1/8 or 1/4 of an inch narrower. And then I put them on point to A, separate them. I think they look better with some distance. And B, when I was done with those 12 blocks, I have a queen size quilt here.
That's true. Now, how big is this center square? It looks like what, 14?
14 and a,
14 inches.
yes,
And I like your quote unquote coping strip even has a light pattern. It's light green and it does the transition to this
precisely.
incredible. It's just wonderful.
I got lucky because one block, which was not mine, had that same fabric, and I had a bolt of this sitting in the house.
A whole bolt?
Well, most of a bolt.
Holy smoly. Guess who likes the limey greens of batiks? But as you can see, and then you put this floater to before the border. Yes, it really came out nice. Now, that's not the only quilt that Heidi brought. Heidi cannot stop. So I have over here, we're going to show you this quilt. How about that? Now talk about color. Wahoo! Now these patterns, this was a panel, right?
This was a panel.
And you
And
cut
the
up.
black inner border is part of the panel. I cut the separator to a 1/2 inch all the way around, and I left a 1/4 inch of it visible to frame the squares.
And I just love that. And every time you turned around, somebody else wanted the same quilt. They loved
I ended up making 4 of them.
Now, how did you manage to find this fabric and this fabric,
I got lucky. I walked into my local quilt shop. I live up in Massachusetts, and she had a whole line of fabrics that all just coordinate. They were bought at widely different times, but the best part was a year after I bought the panels, I found that fabric for the border, which is a perfect match.
Look at all those bubbles, yes.
But here's the other thing.
Oh, that
about
she
this
loves
quilt.
about this quilt. Oh,
This has the Shannon on the back.
yes. Oh, look at that. Yes.
And it is lovely.
This is the Shannon Cuddle, and we are having a Shannon event in May. The info will be on the website. There will be some classes. Yes, while we sit here and rub. We're into a feel here. We're feeling up your quilt. Anyway, this is for your granddaughter, right?
This is for my 16-year-old granddaughter who saw the one I made for my 5-year-old granddaughter and said, I want one like that.
And sure enough, and this
she
is,
asked for the cuddle on the back explicitly.
but these are wonderful.
They're
But they're an
fabulous.
old panel, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
Yes, but and then you got this. Oh, you had fun. You had
I
fun.
had fun. There's a 1 inch, the sashing is 1 inch throughout, and I decided it didn't need to be, wide. Now, there is one thing that's very interesting about the panels. If you look at them carefully, let's see if I can find here we go. Here's the Roadrunner. If you look at your panels with animals like this, one of them is looking in this direction, one is in the opposite direction.
Show off.
Well, so what I did is I cut them all out, I separated them by direction, and I framed the ones looking this way in one color and the ones looking the other way in the other color, so that when I put them together and alternated, it visually, it really makes a difference in how it looks.
She's defending her craziness.
But
Yes, right, okay. We understand that you're being crazy. Yes, but it's that kind of craziness that makes you able to do some stunning work, Heidi.
well, but when you think about it, it took me a long time to figure this out. That if I did it with all of them facing the same way, you'd have noticed. This looks much more balanced by making sure that they alternated the way they look.
The direction they're
The
looking.
direction, yes.
Yes, like the quail and the goose.
So
All right then.
the best part about this is it's really fast. I had it cut out and put together in 2 days because it's a square with 4 pieces around the edge and simple sashing.
Got that, everybody? no time at all, and then off to the local quilter who did it for her in no time, right?
Correct.
Hello. Why are our quilters very busy? All right, because there are too few of them. So that's it for us today. I wanted to quickly give you the latest from the crazy Heidi end of the world. And we look forward to seeing you all. I want you to share us, like us, all those kind of crazy things. Collect us. I don't know. What does one do on Facebook? But anyway, thank you for watching. It's bye-bye now from So What's New?
And yarn too. Oh, I was on the wrong side.
Are you? No, I don't know. Which yes. No, there we go. Here's
And
Kathy.
yarn too.
Yes, who you know has to be in it. All right. So bye, everybody.